Welcome to Wrong Time Watch. My name is Kevin, and today we're looking at the boldr Supply Company Odyssey Bronze with the Prussian blue dial. In my unboxing, I linked to the slate gray dial, but I think this is the Prussian blue, but I'll leave a link to both of them, and you guys can decide for yourself which dial color this is. But I'm going to go with Prussian blue. So this is obviously a bronze watch. It is a very large beast of a watch. It's at least as heavy as the Odyssey Pacific Blue that I had in, perhaps heavier. It's a little, well, it's top heavy because it's on this nice strap. Now I thought this was a FKM rubber strap, but it is a Druber floral elastomer rubber strap. And you can see on, well, maybe you can see it here, but it should say Druber there by my finger. And it's signed with boldr here. And it has a quick release spring bar in there. So it'll make it nice and easy to switch out the strap. And that's present on both sides. It felt very comfortable on wrist. Signed with a boldr B here. And yeah, this watch is quite fun to wear over the past couple days here. Not exactly something I would purchase for myself. It's a very large, thick watch, but it's a fun weekend watch for sure. And seeing as how it's a 500 meter resistant dive watch, it makes perfect sense on a strap like this. The previous one I had in was on a leather strap, but it looked pretty good too because that was a green leather strap with a green dial. So anyway, focusing on this watch here, the price for it is $599. It's available for pre-order. It looks like there are two more with the blue dial, and there's a couple other dial colors as well. Like I said, I'll leave a link to this one and then all the other ones as well. They'll be in the description below here. So this is a patina-friendly bronze, CUSN8. CUSN8. And this has the Lumicast 3D Lume indices. I did not notice this at first, but these are a cast Lume indices here. They're actually off the dial surface, so that's why they're called 3D. I have witnessed the Lume coming from outdoors and indoors, having this on my wrist outside for the past couple days, spending time out by the pool and wearing this watch. So looking forward to see how this looks in the dark room here. We'll check out the Lume towards the end of the video. This also does have quite the dome to the crystal here. It's called a high dome crystal, and this is of course sapphire. You can see some of the distortion there. 120 click unidirectional bezel, as you would expect from a dive watch. Bezel action, a little stiff, but that's perfectly fine. It lines up nice and well. Seiko can learn from these micro brand companies for sure. Gigantic crown on this. This is already starting to patina. I'm not sure if this is to a final patina, but it's definitely not a nice, shiny, new bronze case. Helium escape valve. The crown is, again, huge and very easy to access. It is a assigned crown. Now we have a Seiko NH35 movement here. So it's, of course, hand winding. Crown has a triple lock seal. So we're in hand winding here, then we'll be in the date set position. If I turn it the right way, there we go. It looks to be a colored match date wheel as well. Nice touch. I don't know about you guys, but it kind of lessens the watch for me, or kind of annoys me, I guess, if the date wheel doesn't match. But in some cases it can be okay. But usually I prefer a color match date wheel. Alright, got the date back in the correct position, and then we have the hacking in the time set position. So hacking is when you pull out the crown all the way and the second hand stops. And then, of course, this is the time setting. Okay, let's screw the crown back down. No issues there. So this is a limited edition watch. It's limited to 100 pieces, and there are individual serial numbers on the case back here. There's some printing errors with this case back. This is a prototype, so I won't show the case back because of the errors on the back here, but it is numbered on the back. Yeah, the production models will be numbered on the back. This is a kind of a pre-production tour sample. So again, appreciate boldr for sending this out to us to check out. Let's go over the dimensions. I did weigh this watch, 186 grams, and all the weight is on the head here. The strap, of course, is very light. So you definitely know you have this on wrist. And I wore it for 2 days and I didn't hit it on anything, so I'm happy about that. Let me know if you guys like bronze watches or if you're more of a stainless steel watch guy. Oh, here, before we go over the dimensions, let's look at it side by side with my Seiko SKX. Definitely a size difference here. And you might laugh when you see this on my wrist. We'll put it on wrist here in a moment. Lug to lug, 53 millimeter. Diameter, of course, is 45. This to the bezel and also the case, I kind of measured it to 45, just taking this position here and then coming right across to here. So I usually use the manufacturer's number on the case diameter. It's not super easy to measure that. Super precise, whatever you want to say. So anyway, 53 by 45. Thickness on this, I have it at 16.8 millimeter thick. So quite a thick watch. Lug width, 22 millimeter. And then the crown on this is 9 millimeter. It's a nice, massive crown. I do have watches that are about 9 millimeter thin, so it's just funny that the crown is as big as some of those watches are thick. All right, let's get this on wrist. We'll do the zoom position here, and then we'll zoom out for a little bit different perspective. It's a fun watch to wear. Definitely not something you'd wear to the office. Well, I guess you can. It wouldn't fit under a cuff very well. So if you're wearing a short sleeve shirt, it'll work. Definitely not suit attire. But anyway, here we go. Oh, I'm at the second to smallest hole position. I have a 6.5 inch wrist, 52 millimeter wristband. Doesn't really matter for strap, but lug to lug on this again is 53, and then my wristband is 52, so it is overhanging my wrist a little bit. And definitely nice thick watch here. Yeah, my pool is about 5 feet deep, not even 5 meter, and this thing does 500 meters, so definitely safe for the pool. Okay, let's zoom out here. No catch in the background. I think I cleared everything away. I guess not, but anyway, here it is, zoomed out, a little bit different perspective here. You can just see how big it is on my 6.5 inch wrist. Oh, I forgot to mention the buckle in the tang is bronze as well, and there is a signed B on the buckle there. B for boldr. So let's pause the video and I'll be right back with the Lume. All right, so boldr Odyssey is on the left, and the Lume is quite good on this. I would say it's amazing compared to the Seiko SKX. The Odyssey is off the table a little bit more, so I'll hold the SKX in my hand. But still, the Odyssey Lume is just amazing on this watch. So that Lume Lumicast 3D Lume is not a joke. So if you're a Lume junkie, I would not hesitate to recommend the BoldR Odyssey to you with this 3D Lumicast. And yeah, not much more to say about the Lume. So as always, thank you for watching. If you're not subscribed, please go ahead and do so. I greatly appreciate it. Like the video if you've liked it. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think of the BoldR Odyssey bronze. Let's see if we can see. I don't know if we'll be able to see the edge of this Lume or not. But yeah, looking at it by eye, I can definitely see the depth of this Lume. I don't know if we can see this on camera or not, but definitely cool. Let me hit this with the UV light again and see if we can see that or not. Yeah, I can kind of see it there on the circle indices, the depth there. So anyway, let me know what you think of this watch, and I'll talk to you guys soon.